Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle for Thursday, the 6th of January 2022. Guardian hard level game today. I seem to have quite a lot of new channel viewers, and some of you have just been maybe just doing the New York Times and LA Times harder level games, and maybe you're joining us today for the first time for the Guardian. I should say that quite often the Guardian's hard levels are less difficult, not as difficult as I should say, not as difficult as the NYT. Um, but sometimes they are okay. Sometimes they do live up to their title. So we live in hope. I'll get onto the game of Sudoku in just a second before I mention what's in the news. And in the news today, I see Djokovic, that incredible tennis player with the less than incredible views on vaccines, has been or is about to be booted out of Australia, not allowed to play in the Australian Open despite previously stating that he had an exemption. It looks like one of those things where they probably said, "Oh yeah, nobody will mind. He's great, he's famous, he's rich." Every country seems to have a one rule for the rich and one rule for the poor, or everybody else. Let's say laws. Countries just enact laws in that way. I think that's true. If you're powerful and connected, you can bypass laws. But the Australian people have been put through a lot. Lockdowns, very strict lockdowns. Been asked to stay home very often, and they've done it, and they've done very well. It took a long time for vaccines to reach Australia, but they're willing to be vaccinated and willing to go along with everything. And there's a bit of a thing in Australia, like have a fair go at something, and I think people have people reacted very badly when they saw that Djokovic was being allowed some kind of exemption, just allowed to fly in and flirt the rules when they've really had to face very tough lockdown rules. And so it looks like the government have backtracked. I suspect that's what happened. It may not be the government, of course. It could just be the authorities. But they've just realised it looks too bad, and it does look too bad, especially because Djokovic himself has been one of these uh, what's to say, vaccine skeptics or vaccine idiots. I'm not sure whatever the correct technical term is. Um, but I don't mind him having his own opinions or whatever. But unfortunately, we live in a culture, a global culture, where famous people are believed on all kinds of things, not just what they know about. I mean, if you want to know about tennis, ask Djokovic. Don't ask an epidemiologist. And if you want to know about viruses, don't listen to people like Djokovic or me or anybody else. Listen to epidemiologists, specialists in their fields who study how viruses are moving and changing, etc. Right? I mean, so it's okay to have your say, etc., etc. But when you're influencing people, it's very dangerous as well, and that's an unfortunate thing that we live in. But I used to love tennis when I was younger, and just to prove to you that we're all affected by famous people and stuff like that, I'm going to tell you a funny story that I haven't told anybody. When I was very young, I used to play tennis in competition, and my idol was Jimmy Connors. He was just fantastic. I tried to dress like him. I had the same tennis racket, etc., etc., and I could imitate his style, although that wasn't how I generally played. But I read somewhere that he had a note of inspiration tucked into his sock. So I used to get my mum to write me notes to put in my sock that I would read during the match, take out and read. Why? Because Jimmy Connors did it, and I really wanted to be Jimmy Connors as a young kid. And so it's proof that, fame or, looking up to, excuse me, sporting idols or something like that can have an adverse effect, a strange effect, of course, on young people who are still forming their ideas and opinions. Anyway, enough said about that. And just forget that I told you, right? Imagine that I'd never told you that fact. You will use it against me sometime. Now, how do we play the game of Sudoku? If you've never played before, we have rows across which contain 9 squares. We have columns down which contain 9 squares, and we have these outlined blocks that contain 9 squares, and we fit numbers 1 to 9 in there. And that's it, really. I need some more tea. Excuse me, I'm halfway through my tea. I think that's what my throat needed, just to be clear there, finishing my morning tea. Okay, I've spotted the first number. First number that I see is a 4. 4 blocking across here, and 4 blocking across here, and 4 blocking down here. You understand what I mean by that? It means that 4 is already in this row and cannot reappear in this row, so no other square in this row can be 4, meaning these are blocked. Same for this, and the same down this column here. So that means that we can put a 4 into that square there. Got it? Okay, great. And that's how we play the game. Right. Let's see. Okay, I see a 6 blocking across here, and a 6 blocking across here, and a 6 blocking down there. So 6 has to be in that square. Let's continue with the 6s. 6 blocking down, blocking up here. That's a 6 to place there. We'll continue on. 6 across this row, and up here. That's a 6 to place there. Up here we can't really do anything, so we'll forget the 6s for the moment, and we'll think about other numbers. Okay, I see a 9 blocking across here and a 9 blocking across here, so that puts a 9 into that square there. This one blocks these 2 squares here, so 1 has got to be down here in that square there. What are the missing numbers here? 2 and something, 2 and 9, I think, right? 1, yeah, 2 and 9. Well, we've got a blocking 2 immediately, so our 2 will be placed here, and our 9 will go in that location. Missing numbers in this row, I think, are 1, 2, and 4, aren't they? I believe so. And we have a 4 blocking here and a 4 blocking here. So the 4 has got to go there. We're left with 1 and 2 there. Now we can't place those just yet. Let's continue with the 4 though. 4 blocking up here, and across there. That's going to place a 4 there. How about over here? Yes, we can. 4 across over here, across here, and up there. We'll place a 4 in that square there. That's good. I'm still here, haven't gone away. I don't know if this is going to help or not, but I have seen 8 and 3 blocking down here, and 8 and 3 blocking across here. That means 8 and 3 must be in these 2 squares, because we're blocked down here and blocked across here. So this is an 8 and 3 pair. Now, knowing that, what will that mean? So we don't yet have a 1, a 5, and what's the other missing number? 1, 5, and what's the other missing number? 2. Is that right? 1, 5 and 2. Okay, so 1, 5 and 2 are in these 3 squares. Now we've got a 2 blocking here. The 5 blocking here, so 5 is a pair here. And the 1 we have no idea about. Is that 5 going to help us any? 5 blocking down here, 5. No. 5s look to be quite sparse, really, don't they? Sparsely populated. 5s could be could be trouble later on. Well, I've examined all of the missing digits down here and not found any patterns that I can use. Nothing will take me further there. It's very annoying. Wow, looks like the Guardian might be living up to its name stated rating today. I'm getting nowhere with this. How about you? Well, it looks like I'm going to have pencil marks because I just... No, I really can't see anything. Okay, I'm going to put in some pencil marks. I'm going to have some tea first and start putting in some pencil marks. Tea is an important additional tool that you can employ. Coffee is also available. Right. Shall we begin with the ones there? Or shall I just put in these 5s here before I forget? This 8 and 3 pair, because you know what I'm like. If you've watched other videos, you know what I'm like. I'm liable to forget. So I'll put those in immediately before I go any further. And then let's investigate the 1s. 1 across here, 1 across here. So a pair of 1s like so. 1 across here, 1 down here. So that's a pair of 1s there. 1 blocking down this column. We have a pair of 1s there. I believe that's it. There are no other pairs. We're going to do Snyder notation first of all, of course. I think that's the most effective thing to do. 2 blocks across here, so we do have a pair of 2s in those squares. 2 blocks across here and up here, so we also have a pair of 2s there. Two blocks down here, so we have a pair of 2s in those squares. And I think that's probably it. The 3s, then 3 blocks this square here, so we've put ourselves a pair of 3s there. Where did I see? Oh yeah, 3 blocks across here and down here. This is something I've been looking at over and over again and getting nowhere. 3 blocks up here, so we have a pair of 3s up there like that, but it doesn't lead to anything more. Okay, the 4 blocks up here and down here, so we have a pair of 4s possible like that. 4 blocks down here, so a pair of 4s there. I think that's it for 4, isn't it now? I think we've got everything for 4. 5 blocks this square here, so we can put ourselves a pair of 5s here. As I mentioned, 5 is up here, but that doesn't give us any more pairs, does it? Does it? No. No. 6s then. 6 blocks up this column, we can get ourselves a pair of 6s as candidates in those squares. And up here, 6 blocking up here and across there, so that's a pair of 6s there, and I think that's 6 accounted for everywhere. 7 across here puts a pair of 7s into those squares there. 7 across here and across here. This is stuff I've seen already. 7 blocks up here and up here, so a pair of 7s available there. 7 blocks up here, so a pair of 7s up there. So we've got ourselves top and middle rows. So we know over here the bottom row in this block here must contain 7. No intersecting 7s though. So we've got 3 possibilities. I'll put them in like that. Tough game, this. Tough game. Okay, 8 blocking across here, 8 blocking across here. What did I mention? That was it, right? 8 blocking across here and across here, so a pair of 8s in those squares there. Is that it? I think that's it. And 9s. Good grief, Guardian, what's going on today? 9 blocking up this column, they have 1 blocking here. This is rather unexpected, I must say. We're taking a 9 blocks across here, so we have a pair here. This might be more useful. 9 blocks up here, 9 blocks across here, so we've got ourselves a pair of 7 and 9. I didn't see that before. Didn't see that one coming. Okay, so now we've got 9 blocking down here and 9 blocking down here. Okay, that's going to give us something good. 9 down, that's going to put a 9 into that square, and we're overwriting a 2, so our 2 has to fit there. Now we can say 2 blocking up here, 2 blocking across here. That has to be a 2, and we know 5 will be in that square. Oh, the pen looks like it's dying a bit. I'll use the other one. 5 blocks across here and up here, so we can place a pair of 5s here now. Let's grab hold of this other old pen. It's time to use a combination of 2 old ones. More tea. That's the end of the tea, right? Now this 2, of course, that we placed here means we can now remove the 2 there, and we can place a 2 in this square, and we're overwriting a 1, so we can put the 1 there. What else can we do? Well, we can find the missing number here. What's the missing number? 1, 2, it's a 3, isn't it? Yeah. So 3 goes here, meaning that is no longer a 3. 3 must be placed in this square. And when we do that, we will put our 7 here, and therefore we know that 7 is here and 9 is there. This 9 now obviates that 9. We can place a 9 here. There you go. Right, it's looking much more doable now, but it's spotting that pair of 7 and 9. If you are one of those notation-free players who managed to spot the 7-9 pair there, congratulations, I didn't see it. But that's really, I think, the key to this game here. What don't we have? In this row, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have 5 and we don't have 8. Any intersecting 5s or 8s, please? No, there don't appear to be any. Oh, we've got 1 digit missing here now. Look, there's just 1 number missing, so that's a 1. Let's put it in. And this has got to be we've got 1 digit missing here as well, right? We've got a 1 to place there. Let's get rid of candidate 1 from there, shall we? 1 digit missing over here. It is a 5, I think. So let's put in a 5 now. Okay, so we know then that 5 blocks here, so 5 will be in one of these 2 squares, and 5 blocks across here and up there, meaning 5 is in one of those squares. What's the other missing number? 8, isn't it? Okay. Alright, anyway, 8 blocks here, so 8 is in one of these 2 squares, meaning that cannot be 8. It must be a 3, and putting an 8 in this square here. Now the 3 will give us a 4 here, and a 3 there. The 4 means that can't be 4, so 4 is here. 7 is the last number we need to finish that row. Let's get rid of candidate 4 there. Missing numbers here are 1, and we got the 5. 1 is here and here. The other number 8. Any news on 8? Hello 8? No. So 1 is a pair like that, and the 8 can go anywhere. So we'll put it like so. Oh look, we got ourselves a 1 and 8 pair. Oh no, maybe not, because it's not complete yet, is it? Sorry. Oh, we got 1 digit missing down here. What's missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a 5. And so that means 5 blocking here, 5 blocking here. That puts the 5 there. What is the missing number here? Is it a 2? I think it is, isn't it? 2 can be in one of those 2 squares. Right, okay. Now this says 1, 3, and assuming that is still correct, this will have to be 1 or 3. No, we don't know. Ah, yeah, we do. 1 blocks across here, so that has to be a 1, and the 3 is the last number for this column. Meaning this can't be a 3, that must be a 3. Our 1 goes here, our 8 goes here. We have 1 other missing number down here. It's going to be a 2 blocks down here, so the 2 is in this square here, the 7 is here, the 2 gives us a 9 here, 2 in that square. This 8 means this can't be an 8, so it must be a 5. That's going to leave us with a pair of 1 and 8 there, like that. But now the 1 blocks that square, so 1 is here and the 8 is there. Okay, 7 blocks across here, 7 blocks up here, 7 blocks up here. So 7 is there. And to finish this column, I believe it's a 6, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we don't have a 6 yet, so let's put a 6 in. Now we're overwriting a 2, 6, 5, 2 and a 5, so the 2 goes here, 5 goes here, 8 is here, 6 is there, 5 is there. 3 blocks this square, so 3 is here, and the last number we need, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is an 8. Shall we have a quick look around and make sure that we haven't made any faux pas? And I think we are okay for the moment, so I shall call that a victory. And well done, The Guardian, for providing challenge today. I couldn't manage that without candidates. And if you manage to spot the 7-9 pair, that's really what you needed. And then I think you probably could have carried on without notation to the end if you are that kind of player. I certainly didn't get that. Okay, thank you, that's it. And hope to see you for more stuff later in the day. Bye-bye.